And I just got first place with Vanquish Soul at my locals. I'm going to show you guys the deck list and the matchups we had and how I felt the deck did and how it performed. Let's hop right into the deck profile. Okay guys, let's get into this deck profile. We just got back from locals. We did win. Our matchups were round 1, Trap Tricks, round 2, Sprite Live Twin, and then round 3 we played Gold Pride Punk in the finals. So relatively small locals today, but decently competitive under this new list. We're still trying to figure out what the best decks are going to be. And yeah, we're going to just hop right in. We're going to move from descending orders to the least played Vanquish, like the least played cards to the most played cards. So least played, Vanquish Soul, Pluton, HG. It's okay. It can become either a really big like defensive body, or it can become a 3K body to swing with. Outside of that, it doesn't really matter. It's really cool on rock plays if they've already outed your Valiuses. I had 2 Valiuses out banished today, which sucked. One was like a called by when I tried to grab it back with rock, and then etc, etc. But the point is, it's a 3K body, so it can help you get in for some decent damage, as well as being one of your biggest bodies under rock to make it so they have to swing into it. 2 copies of Caesar. So I was only on 1 copy of Caesar, and then I bumped it up to 2 because if they like out your first one and like banish it and you just can't get it back, you need that second one. And this card's just crazy. Like this card, so you can bounce a Vanquish Soul monster to quick effect special as long as it's not a dragon. Then he has 2 effects. Earth is unaffected by activated card effects, I believe. Face up, it's unaffected by activated effects this turn. And then it has if you reveal an Earth, Fire, and a Dark, you get to do a non-targeting pop. Very good. 2 copies of Panthera. Panthera's pretty mid, to be honest. Probably cut it to 1. And then we just have like an extra spot on the deck, but I'm not too sure what I want to cut for it yet. So yeah, 2 copies of Panthera. Onto our 3-Os, we have 3 Heavy Borger, 3 Mad Love, and 3 Raisin for our Vanquish Soul cards. So I'll explain them like Raisin first. So Raisin is Stratos. On summon, it's Stratos. And then if you reveal quick effect, reveal a fire on it, can't be destroyed by card effects this turn, and then fire and dark destroy all monsters in the same column. This card's a very powerful equalizer going second because you can sort of break boards really easily with this card. And then we have 3 copy of Heavy Borger. This card's crazy. The drawing is really good, and then the burning for 50. So he can bounce a Vanquish Soul to quick effect special him. And then his attribute quick effects are reveal a dark to draw a card, reveal an earth and fire, burn for 15. Very good. Mad Love's arguably the worst one in the deck, but I think if we get any more good spell and traps for this deck, this card gets better. It just searches a spell or trap, and then you can permanently debuff something by 500. And then the second effect, the other effect is you get to return the monster with the lowest defense back to hand. So yeah, that is it for our Vanquish Soul lineup. On to our powerful like equalizer cards. We play 3 Ash, 3 DD Crow, 3 Kumungus, and 3 Fenrir. These are just for attributes. I've been seeing people play Nib. I do side Nib, but Nib doesn't do anything in your hand outside of being Nibiru. So I didn't want to have Nib in hand a lot of the times because it was like, when I was testing, I was like, dang, I have this Nib in hand, but if it was like a Kumungus or a Fenrir, like that's another attribute. And in this deck, Dark, Fire, and Earth are the most important attributes, so having extra copies of them in Ash, DD Crow, and these the Kaiju and the Fenrir really help you, break those boards and so on and so forth. And Fenrir is also just like a busted card. And Kumungus came up a lot today as just Kaijus being Kaijus this format. And then 3 of, in my opinion, the best card in the deck. 3 Parallel Exceed. So game 2 against Live Twin Sprite, my opening hand was 3 Parallel Exceed, a Fenrir, and a Caesar. And that was probably, and then like I did Fenrir, search Fenrir, and then I drew for turn, and there was a 3rd Fenrir, so that we went into game 3. That was tragic. But if you draw this card, the game's probably over. Because if they can't stop you from getting that second body out, it is very, very busted. You draw so many cards that if you can make a Heat Soul on top of it, and you're playing with like 9 cards in your hand on your opponent's turn, there's not a lot they can do about that. onto our spell traps. We play 1 Called By, 1 Rhoda, 2 Continue, 1 Dust Devil, and 3 Stake Your Soul. So Stake Your Soul's broken. It just sucks that it's not a Vanquish Soul card, so you can't add it off Mad Love. This card's really, really strong. I think I only saw it once today, but when I did see it, it just let me go crazy because it was the only time I didn't. I think I had a DD Crow in hand, and I used the DD Crow to bridge into Mad Love, which got me a Dust Devil, and Dust Devil is also really crazy. So Dust Devil is a quick effect, quick play spell to target Vanquish Soul monster you control, change its battle position, and then you can change the face up monsters your opponent controls to face down, up to the number of Vanquish Soul monsters with different names on your field. This card's crazy, really. Gold Punk Pride. I set this turn 1. I had 3 Vanquish Souls on board. I flipped this, and they couldn't synchro anymore. It was sweet. 2 Continue. This card's good. Allows you to extend more. You can grab back Raisin to play it on your opponent's turn again. Rhoda. It's a 4th copy of Raisin. Raisin is our Stratos, so you do need to see him as much as possible. Called By literally never came up. There was one time I got ashed, and I was like, it doesn't really matter. Like, I didn't have Called By, but even if I did, it wouldn't have changed much. I do think I would like to switch this out for a Pank, and that's the first thing I'm going to do is I think I'm going to switch this out for a Pank because Pank's another Earth body that we can just special. So yeah, that is it for our spell cards. A low spell count. Stake Your Soul. Like I said, if you draw it, this card just goes absolutely insane. And then for our traps, we do play 3 Tikaboo. This card's broken. It's a Floodgate, and not much needs to be said about it. Every single card in your deck is a different type. The cards you summon. Actually, yeah, everything in your deck's a different type. Because even our hand traps, even if you summon those, we don't have anything with those types. Actually, you can't have Pluton and Ash on the field at the same time because they're both zombies. But the rest are good to go. So this card's really broken. Tikaboo, crazy. Stops so many plays. I don't even know what to say about this. Floodgates are broken. Probably should be banned. I think this is one of the most oppressive ones in the game. But, hey, it makes this deck very strong. So next we're going to go to the extra deck. And the extra deck is actually not full because I'm waiting on some Zeus and some more Zodiac stuff to come in. But realistically, the only thing you need is the Rock and Decode. So our extra deck, we play 1 copy of Heat Soul, 1 copy of Splash Mage, 3 Rock of the Vanquisher, 1 Almirage, the Zodiac Engine. We do need a Chalk 9 and 2 Zeus, 1 Baguska, and 1 Dweller. I never made anything that was not just Rock of the Vanquisher, and then double Parallel Exceed allows you to go into Splash Mage. Splash Mage brings back a Parallel Exceed, which allows you to go into Heat Soul. And it just lets you plus so much and have so many interruptions on your opponent's turn. It's crazy. And then Rock of the Vanquisher, if you guys don't know, your opponent can, if you have a Vanquish Soul monster in the field, your opponent has to attack the highest attack monster. And then also during either main phase quick effect, you can either special Vanquish Soul from your hand or add one from the graveyard back to your hand. Low-key should have been a field spell, but regardless, this card's really busted. Any Link 1 typically is busted. Like I said, not a full extra deck. Doesn't really matter outside of those few cards I pointed out. And I do want to cover my sideboard really quick because in this deck, what you're siding sort of matters due to the attributes. So 3 Droll, just because like if this card comes up, it usually auto wins the game. 3 Bell, this is one of the other best Earth monsters you can be playing, but it's super situational this format. It's really good into Branded and nothing else I find. So in Branded, you side this in. 3 Nib, a lot of people are maining this. I'm not maining it just because it's a light, and so if I see it in my hand, it does not do anything. 3 Enemy Controller, because if, I don't know, Sprite, and then also, like, if they're not playing the Gimmick Puppet Lock, if they're playing, like, Ra's Disciple, you can, like, tribute the Disciple, and, like, that's an out. This is the biggest flex spot, I think. 3 Cosmic Cyclone for back row hate. And that is it for the deck, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. If you liked this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the Yu-Gi-Oh! Content I'm going to be doing from now on. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you like this Yu-Gi-Oh! Content, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know in the comments down below what you want to see me do next, what you want me to take to locals and see if I can win with. That being said, I will see you all next time. Bye.